Welcome back to Behind the Stars, where we unpack the moments that ignite global conversations. And today, all eyes are on Olivia Wilde, an actress, director, and cultural force whose recent topless photos sent shockwaves across entertainment and fashion circles alike. Known for her intelligence, creative ambition, and fearless choices, Olivia's latest images didn't just go viral. They sparked debate, admiration, and a deeper discussion about art, confidence, and control over one's image in the modern spotlight. The photos in question quickly captured attention for their bold simplicity and artistic framing. Rather than leaning into spectacle, the images felt intentional and composed, emphasizing mood, posture, and presence over provocation. Olivia appeared calm and self-possessed, presenting herself not as a subject to be consumed, but as a collaborator in the visual story being told. That distinction is exactly why the reaction was so intense. These weren't just pictures. They were a statement. Fans and commentators flooded social media with reactions ranging from stunned admiration to thoughtful analysis. Many praised Olivia for redefining what vulnerability and strength can look like when combined, noting how the images felt empowering rather than exploitative. In an industry where women's bodies are often discussed without their consent, Olivia's decision to participate in such a shoot on her own terms resonated strongly. It signaled agency, confidence, and an understanding of how imagery can be used to challenge expectations rather than reinforce them. Olivia Wilde's career has always been marked by evolution. From her early acting roles to her critically acclaimed work behind the camera, she has consistently pushed herself into spaces where women's voices have historically been limited. These photos fit into that broader arc. They reflect a woman comfortable with complexity, someone who can be both glamorous and grounded, bold and thoughtful, visible and in control. The topless imagery, framed through an artistic lens, becomes less about exposure and more about expression. Media analysts were quick to point out how the world's reaction reveals ongoing double standards. Male celebrities are often praised for artistic risk-taking, while women face intense scrutiny for similar choices. Olivia's photos reignited that conversation, forcing audiences to ask why confidence still shocks when it comes from women. The images didn't just stun because of what they showed, but because of who was showing it and how unapologetically she did so. What also stands out is how these photos align with Olivia's public advocacy for authenticity and creative freedom. She has spoken openly about ownership, boundaries, and the importance of telling stories from a place of truth. Seen through that lens, the shoot feels like an extension of her philosophy rather than a departure from it. There's no sense of chasing headlines. Instead, there's a feeling of intention and clarity that makes the moment linger. Ultimately, Olivia Wilde's jaw-dropping photos are memorable not because they push limits, but because they reframe them. They invite viewers to look beyond surface-level shock and consider the power of choice, confidence, and context. In Behind the Stars, we see this moment as another example of Olivia shaping her narrative with precision and purpose. As the conversation continues to ripple through pop culture, one thing is clear. Olivia Wilde didn't just capture attention, she redirected it. And in doing so, she reminded the world that true impact comes from owning your story, unapologetically, and on your own terms.